Hi everyone, welcome to Code Kamaka's YouTube channel. So today we have a guest. He's a Bhaskar, and Bhaskar have more than 10 years of experience. So we will see his experience on DevOps and DevSecOps principle today's session. And stay tuned to this session until end of, and you'll get bunch of experience. So Bhaskar has worked on multiple companies and multiple organizations. So he's going to share his views on current IT world and IT market, how it is booming on, and we have a bunch of questions to ask. So we'll discuss everything on this session. So stay tuned for this video. And the earlier still itself, I'm saying thank you for watching. So welcome, Bhaskar. Welcome to the Code Kamikaze YouTube channel.
Hi, Sheikh. Thanks for
Hello.
giving this opportunity.
Yeah, most welcome. Can you turn on your camera?
Sure, sure. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I can see
Hi.
you. Hi.
Hi, Sheikh.
How are you doing, Bhaskar?
Fine, fine. Doing good.
Yeah, it's been long time. We had been discussing over call, so it's the first time we came in online, sharing our video and faces to the internet. So it's awesome time. I can steer myself.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah,
Nice meeting you, Sheikh,
yeah,
after a long time.
yeah, yeah. Can we start our session? I brought bunch of questions, so we can start up with each
Yeah.
question, so we can go with the answers
Yes.
of yours. So it's going to be more helpful for the audience, which we have the 100 subscribers. I think 102 subscribers in this channel, so we can share
Yeah.
our
Great.
thoughts. Yeah, yeah. So, first question from my side, Bhaskar. You can introduce yourself. Already, you say your name, but you can introduce yourself and you can share your experience and how did you start your career and how many companies you worked and what all challenges or what are technologies you have used in this journey. You mentioned you have 10 years of experience. So, go ahead.
Yeah. Thanks. Hi, team. Hi, YouTube channel. Fine. This is Bhaskar. Yeah. I have totally 10 years of experience in IT industry. And most probably, I have worked for the DevSecOps as well as DevOps engineer.
Okay.
First, my career was started in .NET developer. Later, I have moved transformed to the DevOps.
Mm-hmm.
So I have worked for many companies like SLK, Wipro, and Suffix INC, and finally I was in Infosys now.
So, what all technologies you have used, Bhaskar? And what all technologies you worked in earlier stage of your career, and what you're working with SLK, and you mentioned two more companies, and what
Yeah.
technologies you are using in the current company?
Yeah, sure, fine. First, basically, I have started my career with .NET developer
Mm-hmm.
in a Suffix Science company. So later, I have worked for 2 to 3 years in .NET developer. Then I moved to SLK. There also, I have worked as a developer for .NET developer. Then finally, I went to the Wipro and Wipro to Infosys. So the way I have transformed in the sense when I was working with the .NET developer,
Mm-hmm.
then I have learned as Azure. So Azure Cloud have learned.
Okay.
So to cloud while working with the cloud, but now at that time DevOps is the most booming tool.
Okay.
So these tools are desktop tools. Basically, these tools we need to use in the cloud. That was the challenge that we have
Mm-hmm.
faced.
Okay.
So day by day, how we can migrate. Basically, these tools like a Git, Maven, this Jira, for example, Jenkins. These are the desktop tools. So we can use it. We can use it somewhere. We can write CI/CD pipelines, and we can build and we need to deploy on premises. So
Got
when
it.
it comes to the cloud, that is like another way. This is another way.
Mm-hmm.
So when the DevOps becomes more popular and popular,
Mm-hmm.
then we need to the way the environment becomes like they are expecting the same thing in the cloud.
Yes.
So that's what we have over drawbacks. All we have overcome to the cloud. So
Okay.
cloud is a like node platform. So we need to build separate pipelines for cloud and
Mm-hmm.
separate pipeline for the CI/CD pipelines. So that make a big challenges for us. Infrastructure team is different, as well as DevOps team is different. So while going forward, it becomes more infrastructure team we have need to avoid.
Okay.
So instead of making infrastructure team separately, DevOps engineer only can able to do the same stuff
Yeah.
rather than keeping separate team for cloud engineers. So then we have moved to completely on-premises to the cloud,
Mm-hmm.
including our CI/CD pipelines as well.
Okay. So that was the time you have transitioned your career from full programmer to the DevOps engineer, I can say.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So you have share your first experience, like how did you become from programmer to DevOps engineer, and you have shown all your companies. So it's awesome. Let's move on to the second question. Um, so, what are your job roles and responsibilities you have since you have been working in multiple companies? So, what all your roles and responsibilities are aligned on current company?
Yeah. Currently, I'm working as a DevOps senior consultant in Infosys.
Mm-hmm.
So my roles and responsibilities is like writing a CI/CD pipelines, and parallelly we are maintaining the infrastructure code
Okay.
in Terraform. And Terraform. So it is not like roles and responsibility means whatever they have give work and we need to finish up and need to sit. No, DevOps engineer is the mediator.
Yes.
We need to communicate with the development team. We need to communicate with the testing team. We need to communicate with the managers.
Mm-hmm.
Managers. Our agenda is like whatever the requirement they have provided, that we need to deliver.
Yeah.
So development team will do development team work and develop testing team will do development team. But we have the mediator between the two teams
Yes.
along with the manager. So how much you will collaborate with those teams with
Mm-hmm.
along with your manager.
Okay.
That way you will get more proficient and more accurate results in the CACT pipelines.
Got it. So you mean to say that
So
you
if
mostly work with the developers and testing team to enable all the CI/CD pipelines? These are your
yes,
roles and responsibilities would
yes.
be like making more into
First
automation.
we need to
Yeah.
first we need to understand the architecture diagram.
Mm-hmm.
So based upon that we need to come with the culture,
Yes.
and later part we need to use the coding.
Yeah. Got it. So fine, like you had worked on multiple companies. So you had worked on before DevOps and after DevOps. So what is the difference you have find like before DevOps and after DevOps? So what all challenges it has resolved?
Yeah, basically before DevOps it is like everyone
Mm-hmm.
everyone should provide some kind of development they will do, and
Mm-hmm.
testing part they will do, and they are doing in on premises.
Yeah.
Such a time we have a more challenges where there is some downtime facing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So whenever there is a release, definitely Saturday Sunday we need to stay.
Yes.
That means definitely they will give some extra money or extra OOD. That
Mm-hmm.
time we need to stay Saturday Sunday and we go for deployment, because
Yes.
we should not disturb the working hours when come to the Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
So they Saturday Sunday we need to spend a lot of time. If we
Mm-hmm.
deploy on Saturday Sundays only, and if anything failures, we can able to review it back. If any is successful, also we are testing on Sunday,
Yeah.
and Monday we are doing that. So before DevOps, the situation is like this.
Mm-hmm.
When the DevOps comes, all these points will stop at one point.
Okay.
So even Monday, weekdays also we
Mm-hmm.
can deploy uh, without any lag, without
Downtime.
any dependencies,
Yeah.
downtime. So everything we can move it, because the main process is whatever line they have written today,
Yeah.
that we can deploy right away.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, we need to for one line why we need release. That was the question happens.
Yeah.
Now one line offline code also we can able to deploy
True.
when comes to the DevOps perspective.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So.
That's what the huge difference. Now we are deploying in weekdays also.
Mm-hmm.
So we are not waiting anything, because we have a 100% accuracy assurance that without downtime we can deploy.
Yeah. So you mean to say that you're following the CI/CD principles by automating the
Yes. Yeah.
DevOps
Through
tools?
pipelines, CI/CD, once you have kick off that code,
Hmm.
automatically it will go to the every environment like
Hmm.
QA, dev, and
Hmm.
pre-production and production,
Hmm.
and it will deploy automatically.
Okay. What all CI/CD tool that you have worked?
Basically, the code Git we
Mhm.
are using,
Okay.
and if you go for, it depends again. It depends upon the applications.
Yeah.
If you go for Java applications, we need to use Maven.
Hmm.
If you use for .NET applications, we need to use SID.
Hmm.
SID tool.
Yeah.
So for when my perspective, they are using a Maven application because it is Java application.
Hmm.
So we are using Maven and Git and Jenkins,
Hmm.
and through that pipelines we are deploying.
Got it. So are you using any container-based tools or any orchestration tools?
No, we are not using, but we are moving to the container based approach.
Okay. Got it. So, next question, like, how do you collaborate with the developers and managers and architecture if something failed? So, how do you communicate with the team members, like any pipeline failure or any build failure and all?
Yeah. Basically, the pipelines will run automatically when the code pushes development to the particular repository.
Oh,
So when the pipelines will run automatically the pipelines will run automatically when the code pushes development to the particular repository.
mm-hmm,
So whenever pipeline fails, even the development team and testing team before coming to us,
mm-hmm,
we are only reaching to their teams.
okay,
So this pipeline has been failed. So reason. So give me some time. We'll fix it and we will rerun again it.
mm-hmm,
So while we need to check the pipeline why it got failed, it got successfully running till yesterday,
yeah,
and why it got suddenly failed. If any build issue, we need to check with the development team.
mm-hmm,
If any testing unit test cases issue, we need
mm-hmm,
to check with the testing team. If any test cases fails in that case, or if you are a scanner issue, that means we are using many tools like Veracode,
mm-hmm,
Sonar Cube.
okay,
So if any this kind of processes fails, then we need to reach the particular teams and we will raise a ticket for that, and we need to get the weight. If any downtime in Sonar Cube,
mm-hmm,
absolutely our pipeline will fail.
yeah,
So we need to check out the Sonar team whether how much time it will require to fix that. So then we will rerun again the time when it got fixed. So it depends. See, one pipeline in the sense, it's not only purely depends upon the DevOps engineer.
yeah,
So it is a collaboration of all teams tasks involved in one pipeline.
yeah,
So each if which task is failed, we need to move to the that particular team to fix that. If if unfortunately if any if you are using your own pool, that time stopped,
mm-hmm,
that time only we need to restart that VM kind of issues we need to check here.
okay,
But other than task failure and all, we need to check with the respective teams and we need to fix it, and we need to rerun the pipeline again. So we need to tell him to the all the teams as well,
yeah,
development team, testing team, and manager as well. Issues has been fixed, so you can move to the as usual your workforce.
yeah, got it. Awesome. So, like, this is the full information, like, anything went wrong, so how can we collaborate with the team members so it's clear for us. And the next question is like, what all security tools used in your environment and why it is necessary for CI/CD pipelines?
Yeah, when the developers will write the code in locally, so
Mm-hmm,
they don't have any scans there. So
mm-hmm,
whatever they have written to fulfill their tasks and
mm-hmm,
fulfill their work, they will return. But when it comes to the project perspective, even though if you write a one line of code related to but that particular tasks may be correct,
yeah.
but when come to the overall code, when integrating with one code to another code, at that time some vulnerabilities happen.
Hi, Bhaskar. Sorry, there is some network issue. I lost you. Recalling the
Fine,
same
fine,
question
fine.
again. So, what all security tools are used and why it is necessary to use in CI/CD pipeline?
Basically, the developers will write the code.
Mm-hmm,
So to fulfill their tasks on the day. So they will write this some piece of code.
Yeah.
So that code, when they have run in locally, it may success its requirement. It will fulfill its requirement, and
Hmm.
it will push the code to the main code. That means repository.
Yeah.
So that time when there is a interconnection between this code to that code or one page to another page,
Hmm.
when that time before building the application, the whole application into any environment, we have to provide some scans, check mark scan, SAS scan, and dashed. There are many check marks, sonar cube. So we can use Vera code.
Yeah.
So these are the DevSecOps tools actually.
Okay.
So we can use any one or not required, mostly most preferable, not all,
Hmm.
any one, any one. That is enough. So one tool we need to integrate it with our pipeline.
Okay.
So before building, it will show the status of the code. So how many bugs are there?
Hmm.
How many? So if there is security issues may cause while writing, while pushing this code to the production level. So
Hmm.
that all will log in the particular Sonar dashboard or Vera code. For example, we'll
Okay.
treat it as a Sonar queue.
Hmm.
So, how many bugs will be there, how many smells will be there,
Hmm.
everything will log into particular ID, particular number will log. So, once it is building that, before deploying, that report we are sending to the application again back to the developer.
Yeah.
So, please, whoever written this code but related to that bugs issues, please fix those bugs and again push it back to the main branch. So will when the second time when I run, there should not be any bugs over there. So these scans will give more efficiency.
Hmm.
So towards the code.
Got it.
That's what. So, may some client may use Sonar Cube,
Hmm.
some client may use Vera Code.
Yeah.
So, it not much like which tool you are using. Our intention is to scan our complete code, whatever the developer written, and test cases before deploying any production environment.
Got it. Yeah, it's clear. Like, we should integrate the security tool to CI/CD pipeline to make sure stay away from vulnerabilities and
Yeah,
any other
if
security
if
issues.
you are writing any one pipeline, it should
Mm-hmm.
be having a some build task. It
Mm-hmm.
should be having a some unit test task.
Yeah.
It should having a some check scan task.
Mm-hmm.
It should have some any artifacts task. So
Yeah.
all involved in one pipeline. That is the make complete full structure. That is the meaning of DevOps.
Got it. Got it. So,
Only building and deploying is not makes of
yeah.
DevOps, right?
Yeah, that's
So
true.
we should use all the tools involved in our pipeline.
Yeah, that's true.
And one thing is doing in pipeline, another doing is manually. That is not our work.
Mm-hmm.
So we should integrate in our pipeline. So the pipeline will take care everything.
Okay, that's true. Awesome. So let's go to the next question. And
Yeah.
now, why monitoring is necessary for DevOps? So, in a current world, we have the multiple monitoring tools like Prometheus, Grafana, and Splunk, and we have Datadog and other tools. So why we require the monitoring tool?
Yeah. Before when once we are deploying into the cloud,
Mm-hmm.
we should monitor. Nowadays, many people are monitoring the apps, function apps, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever they have deployed in the cloud environment.
Yeah.
So, before Kubernetes, how it was means, so we should manually we should maintain one user or particular time. It is like shift based. One
Mm-hmm.
user wants to monitor this time to this time. Another user want to come to this time to this time. So when it comes to Kubernetes,
Mm-hmm.
so Kubernetes clusters will take everything. So no need to wait and sit monitoring nowadays. So
Mm-hmm.
it will only taken care. But we need to guide the Kubernetes cluster such a way that when there is any downtime,
Mm-hmm.
when there is any issue, recreate it this number of servers,
Mm-hmm.
this create the number of nodes,
Mm-hmm.
recreate the number of pods, and
Okay.
uh, tell to the which is communicating and send out an emails to the particular users. So all these things will comes to a one, and these activities will be logged in the Grafana or Prometheus. So even you are not there also, without any downtime your application will work, but it will show what was the cause happened yesterday night.
Okay.
It may cause to the uh, downfall time. But next day we need to check the logs and we need to fix that, so that should not happen in further cases.
Yeah. Got it. So, what is the kernel version are you using? Are you using Windows or are you using any Unix or Linux?
So most probably again there are two things. If it comes to the you are using Azure platform, means most probably they will use Windows platform.
Mm-hmm.
When you will go for a AWS cloud side, they will use for kernel, shell or bash shell,
Got it.
Linux environment, Ubuntu, such kind of things it will go. So, but most who are working with Azure cloud,
Mm-hmm.
but it is not necessary to, if you are using Azure means we need to use Windows only. But
Yeah.
comfortable zone will be in Windows for
Yeah.
Azure.
Okay.
Comfortable environment for AWS is Linux.
So we have seen like multiple clouds are coming every day. Like currently we have AWS, Azure, GCP, and Alibaba. So what's your suggestion to
Hmm.
learn any one of the cloud? Like which one do we start from the scratch? Like if I am the new for cloud computing, so what's your recommendation, or which cloud do you recommend to learn from for first time and later shift to that?
So most probably nowadays, if you go for any institutions, they will teach AWS cloud only,
Mm-hmm.
but nowhere using teaching Azure.
Okay.
But they're using GCP. They're teaching GCP as well. But
Mm-hmm.
less is cloud. But my suggestion was learn any one cloud
Mm-hmm.
that will teach you and cope up with the other cloud also very easily. So
Okay.
if you, for example, if you know the car driving, you
Mm-hmm.
can drive any car, right?
Yeah.
So if you learn any one cloud, similarly maybe some terminology changes. Similarly, all the codes will be same.
Yeah.
My suggestion was learn any one code which is available in the
Mm-hmm.
market. Maybe you are teaching either AWS or a GCP. So once you learn that, then you can easily migrate it, or you can map with the other cloud as well. Then
Okay.
you went for the other clouds as
Got it. So next question, Bhaskar. Once you heard about DevOps, so everybody's saying programming is no doesn't require like Python, Shell, Java, or other languages. So, what your recommendation or suggestion for learning a programming languages such as Python or Shell, if anybody wants to switch their career from non-IT to DevOps or from programming to DevOps?
well. Actually, basically, these people are they want
Hmm.
job and they don't want to write any codes. Basically,
Okay.
actually, coding that means is a much of the see, as a developer, you need to learn coding and you need to write coding.
Yeah.
But when you come to the DevOps engineers,
Hmm.
you should see, you should not like completely coding. You
Hmm.
should not like without zero coding.
Okay.
You should learn some scriptings.
Hmm.
Again, the scripting also coding. You people are
Yeah.
telling,
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
But you should have, see, system will understand only machine level languages, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
To we are not able to write machine level languages zeros and ones, right?
Yeah.
So we should learn some script. That
Hmm.
script will convert to the machine level language.
Yeah. True.
So without writing any single line of code, we cannot able to do that. In not only DevSecOps, any DevOps. If you go for tester, you go for developer, you
Hmm.
should go for any designer also. You should have some basic structure of code. But if you see the script, you can able to understandable. That's it. If you not, that means developer have 100% of core knowledge means you should have at least 30%.
Okay. So I mean to say that not like a developer level, but you should learn from the basic, like how can write the basic scripts and how can automate the things in DevOps.
If you like any language you learn or
Mm-hmm.
any script you learn, that will be most useful for us.
Okay.
At least
And
one thing you should be strong.
parallel
But
to the
what
same
the best
question.
thing is, best thing is if you know the script also, you can write scripts. If you know the Python language, you can write the Python script.
Yeah.
Anything, one thing if you know some 30%, that will be helpful.
Okay. And adding to the same question, do we really require the database skills like SQL, PostgreSQL, MongoDB for being a DevOps engineer?
Most probably not required.
Mm-hmm.
Most probably not required. You should, you know the configuration settings. That is
Mm-hmm.
enough.
Okay, got it. So that's all I have a question, Bhaskar. But the you know last but not the least question. So what is your advice if somebody are willing to pursue their career into DevOps? So what's your advice? Like, are we have a good number of openings in market, or so? What's your advice and what your view on DevOps if somebody wants to pursue their career?
Yeah, DevOps is a like free tools we have,
Mm-hmm.
so anyone can learn without having any coding knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever the background they have, they
Mm-hmm.
can learn easily and they can mm, manageable.
Okay.
Manageable. Even I am the developer, then I
Mm-hmm.
have migrated to DevOps. But
Mm-hmm.
while working with the developer, it is easy for me.
Okay.
But who are non-IT, no background also, it is easy for us when compared to the developer, when
Mm-hmm.
compared to the testers.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, 10 years back, 10 years back, they will provide some testing environment or preferable for testing engineering because to avoid coding.
Okay.
So similar kind of way we can treat it as
Mm-hmm.
nowadays.
Okay.
Testing will equal to testing,
Mm-hmm.
not exactly same, but less coding will be there. And even going forward, there is no test engineers.
Yeah.
So better we can opt for DevOps only
Got
rather
it.
than who are going for planning for test engineers. That
Mm-hmm.
means non IT students they will preferable this
Mm-hmm.
kind of jobs.
Got it.
Whereas the pure IT professionals they will preferable as a developer, .NET developer, some
Mm-hmm.
mainframes or SAP kind of stuff.
Got it. Got it. So that's all for that's all I have questions to Bhaskar. Thanks for joining the session. So you had given a bunch of information as per your experience. So it's going to helpful for my audience, which are going to watch this video in my YouTube channel. And yeah, so it's an amazing session. Thanks for joining once again. And do you have any final touch words to say to the audience?
And nothing worry, guys. Please learn DevOps and we'll catch up in DevOps community.
Yeah.
And whatever the questions you have, you can reach out to this channel,
Yeah.
so you will get accurate.
Thanks, Bhaskar. Thanks for advice, considering my channel, and you're giving the a bunch of positive vibes to the audience. So thanks for time, and
Thanks.
thank you guys. Thank you for watching this session. We'll bring much more session in the future, and we'll bring a few other folks who are experienced in DevOps and DevSecOps and current IT world. So yeah, we can bang it up with sharing the knowledge about their views. And thanks for watching. Share to your friends this video and like and subscribe to my channel. Bye bye. Stay safe.
Well,